Casey from Aconex. I'm glad to be here. I'm not going to go into any more about me. We have a booth at an area at the trade show behind you. So if you'd like to learn more, please let me know. So we decided to take a different approach on the collaboration topic and not educate you why to collaborate better. That's why we're all here, but maybe a different way to consider it. Right? And then we'll push the button. Okay, perfect. So our mindset, and I think the industry mindset, is that we know, and it's no secret, that every organization, owner, contractor, architect, consultant, all have their own technology tools. Okay? And those are all great tools, and they're all going to stay around, and they're not going to get replaced. And those are tools that need to be used. But the challenge from a collaboration project-wide standpoint is how do we get all the parties to have a central platform to exchange all this information without asking them to change how they work internally today? So when we all work in our own systems, we have to, but the challenge is we're emailing, we're FTPing, we're putting all this information across multiple platforms, and then we've got all this disconnection across the project. And obviously the risk that if something goes wrong, who said what, who did what, is a combination of going through everybody's platforms. So we take a different approach, and we say, can you provide a platform that can get deployed to all the parties on the project, no matter what role they play? And if we look at that messy graphic over there, that's actually a data map of a mid-sized project, about a $300 million project. And all those bubbles are key organizations that need to communicate with other parties. So the question is, when we use the tools today, are we all being able to use that one tool to everyone's benefit to exchange information, or are those tools only benefiting one party? So we believe if you can get a tool out there that allows all these parties to work with each other fairly, that'll only make the job run better. Okay? So our friends at Graham would say that on their jobs they have 700 people across 90 or so companies that need to exchange and track information, and that's what we want to do, get them all to collaborate faster for the betterment of the project. Okay? The idea of how we do it isn't to focus on any one company. We're totally independent of any one company. We have no interest in the company. We provide what we call a neutral platform that ensures no one party has access to any other party's data unless you decide to share it. So whether this is documents or drawings or 3D models, or handover, or any type of information exchange externally across players, that's what we think the industry could collaborate a little better. Some of our friends are here from Pomerleau, so we'd like to thank them. But in their example of a mid-sized project, they had managed to get in the client and the consultants over almost 600 people across 65 companies to use a central platform to exchange over 4 million documents back and forth in models. And that's what we're trying to do, get the buy-in from all parties. And whether you're an owner, a contractor, consultant, it's the same idea. How do you deploy a tool that can deploy to the thousands of people that need access so everyone's got full control of that information? Okay. So specifically talking about BIM, my esteemed colleagues here have great software, and we have no intention to replace or get in the way of their tools, but we want to help everyone on the project, right? What about the people that don't have those licenses or software? How do we exchange? How do we view this information without having licenses? Right? The people in the field, how do they access all this stuff on their tablets or mobile devices if they don't have any of that software installed on their devices? Right? And how do we get all that information handed over so the owner then has a device they can use for an entire 3D handover without having to worry about transferring information from one system to another system? And then obviously the folks that use those great creation tools or authoring tools, how do they distribute all these models across the entire project community and do that fast and easy? So those are the type of things we think the industry can collaborate better, which would make the jobs run a little faster. Okay? So why change? Obviously, we all know, but for many of our clients, it's a combination of productivity, saving time and resource. But for most people, it's about managing risks. Right? When we have hundreds of people across projects, there's going to be a claim, unfortunately. There could be many. Who said what, who did what? Well, instead of going through all the emails and internal systems, if we can provide a central platform that everyone trusts, we think you can get better resolution a lot faster. So I want to thank you. I can't believe I'm sticking to the time. But for those that aren't familiar with Aconex, we're the largest collaboration provider in the world for multi-party project information. We came out of Australia 14 years ago in a SaaS-based model, and I head up our Canadian sales and operations teams. And whether it's residential or commercial, whether it's government infrastructure like Metrolinx or Manitoba Hydro or mining or power, that's what we're here to help, multi-party projects. So having said that with my 3 seconds, come visit us at the booth, come win a competition, and that's the end of my deal, right on time. So thank you very much.